Sup boys, Dog here with another Battlegrounds video, and in this one we're going to be talking about the patch notes. Now I don't usually do these things, but this is a big patch notes and it kind of changes a lot of things in Hearthstone, so let's take a look at what Blizzard has been up to lately. Let's see here. Okay, so we don't really care about the normal Hearthstone here. Oh boy. Okay, so we've been hoping for quite some time that Blizzard would get rid of the Arcane Cannon. Arcane Cannon was basically the main reason why one of the main reasons why people died. I'm say one of the main reasons why people die so much early in Battlegrounds. So let's see. Gentle Megasaur has been removed from the Battlegrounds minion pool. Uh, okay, there's a good one and there's a bad one. The good one is that the Arcane Cannon is out of the game. That's definitely good. I'll give him a thumbs up for that one. But okay, why the hell would you remove the Gentle Megasaur from the game? Murlocs without poison or divine shields are relatively weak, and you could actually go ahead and say that they're no longer like a late game build because the divine shield and the poison, it's what made the difference. Like the stats, they wouldn't even matter that much. So basically you can still get poison, but for you to have 5 murlocs with poison on the board, it would cost you 15 gold. 15 gold. How the hell do you get that? And not only that, without divine shields, there are many builds that can beat you. Pogos can beat you because you will never beat at the same. You'll never have the stats that Pogos get in terms of damage. You'll have a lot of HP because most of the cards, most of the Murloc buffing cards, they have a lot of HP and less damage in terms of what you can buff them with. So Gentle Megasaur getting removed from the game, I think, is one of the worst hits. I think they didn't just nerf Murlocs, they completely dismantled Murlocs. So overall, not a good idea, Blizzard. I'm not a big fan of that, and I've already played a couple of games in the with the new patch, and I'll say this: it's it's a little bit questionable. I'll say that, but regardless, let's just move on. Rabbit Sorlisk. Now you have instead of 3 attack 2 health, now you have 4 attack 2 health. I don't think that really makes a big difference. Maybe you'll pick it more often now because you had like, I don't know, the 4 damage. I'm gonna say this doesn't really matter that much. Big change here though. Okay, Rat Pack is now on tier 3 instead of tier 2. And this is a big change because now you don't meet the Deathwing who's, furiously rolling for the Rat Pack on 2. So now at least he has to wait on 3. But wait a minute, I'm gonna get to this one a little bit later because this one is it's a little bit of a situation going on with this with the Rat Pack. Pack leader moved to 2. I mean, it's still gonna work with the rat pack. The only difference is that you'll get a pack leader on 2 and then you'll get the rat on 3. So token builds, okay, I played like almost 10 games in the new patch. Token builds are still viable, are still as viable as they were before. The only difference is that you don't take that much damage while you're on 2, while you're on 2, but you take it on 3 and then further on. Monstrous Makana has 4 damage, 3 health, pretty good buff. I'm gonna say this, Blizzard, they're simping for the beasts, I'll say that. Now, I'm not sure that they understand the problems that this could, bring into the game because beasts overall were obviously weaker, and I'm talking about the Baron Parrot build. They were weaker last patch because Goldrinn got moved to 6. But what they did this patch is something really, really weird, and I don't understand it because what beat builds like these, it was mostly just Murlocs or extremely big dragons and stuff like Poison. Poison is what beat them. Regardless of that, very good buff for the Monstrous Macaw. It's gonna be viable. I think you can just do whatever you want to do at this point with the beast builds. You have you have both options. Primal Lookout. Primal Fin Lookout, never mind. This is a buff. I'll say this. This is a buff overall because Murlocs have changed from being a late game build to being some sort of a okay, Murlocs are mid tier right now, and you can get them to late game, but winning versus like one of the beast builds or like a big dragon build or like pogos or stuff like that, it's not that good. Okay, it's not that good because you're missing your your core units is in the Megasaur. But this is a huge buff for the Murloc players who wanna have like mid tier, mid game Murlocs going on. It's very good. It works perfectly fine. You can stay on 4. You can even find a couple of triples with having this, and then you can just go for the brand. But regardless of that, it's good. I'll take it. It kind of sucks that you can't find Amalgadons, but I think that would make it. I guess that would actually kind of pay off for the fact that you don't have a Megasaur in the game. Forget about it. It's okay. I'll take it. Mid game Murlocs, they're okay. They're okay. They're actually a build. You could call them a build. Next, Nat Pagel, Extreme Angler. Okay, so the old Nat Pagel summons a chest when he overkills something, and from that chest a new minion comes in, a golden minion, blah blah blah. After this attacks and kills a minion, add a random minion to your hand. Now, that's kind of cool. Okay, it's really cool, and it's not really a buff for the pirates themselves. This card could now become a pretty good card overall for you to play it in anything. Okay, like this is basically a Morozan. It's basically a Morozan, but one that can keep giving you units. It's a little bit tricky to make it overkill because it's a 5, but if you get it very early, there's so much value. You're basically Rafam. You're basically Rafam, only that you get random units. Mama Bear. Here's where the problems come into play. And what I mean by that is this. Mama Bear got changed from tier 6 to tier 5. Mama Bear overall is a pretty bad unit. Sure, it helps you with Hydras, but what it really helps you right now, and this is what I've played from like my past couple of games into the new patch. My biggest concern, and what I've been facing lately, almost literally every single game, is Mama Bear rats. Okay, now that you have access to Mama Bear, it doesn't matter that Mama Bear has 4 HP. It literally doesn't matter because she's still gonna buff the rats. Because most of the time, a beast build like that, a token beast build, would usually have like a taunt. And this is problematic because if you thought that rats were aids before, just wait till somebody rolls and finds a Mama Bear on 5. So basically, they could get a Mama Bear on 4 if they find a golden. And with that, buff the rats to the point where they're going to start killing you. And this is where the big problem comes in because the token builds are stronger than ever right now. And mm, it's painful. You don't die like past, I don't know, you don't die on like turn 7 or 8 anymore, but after that you're going down. You're going down fast if you go against stuff like this. And then we have Goldrinn. Yeah. Goldrinn, I mean, of course, another buff for the beasts. What else can I possibly say about it? It's good. It's nice. I can't wait to play beasts. I haven't had the chance yet because for some reason, I don't know why, I keep getting Murlocs. So many Murlocs. I guess nobody plays Murlocs, so I get the Murlocs. I don't know. But this is obviously a buff. Pretty nice. Kind of simping for the beast builds. I don't really like that, but it's okay. Lady Vash has been removed from the battleground hero pool. God damn. I wonder why. Uh, I can't really say anything about that. I, I can't say I played her that much to say that, oh my god, we lost such a big hero. Very important nerf here. Captain Eudora. Now she has 5 digs instead of 4 digs. I played her twice in the new patch. It sucks. Okay, it sucks. It's still kind of good. You could still make it the top 4. I think okay. I think it's still a top 4 hero. but it's not that big of a deal anymore, right? There are actually better heroes in the game at the moment because of this. Speaking of talking about better heroes, we know Jackson now. His hero power costs 0, which is obviously extremely good. And I've seen people like use this because, as I was talking about, like the token builds are kind of taken over with Murlocs not being that that strong anymore, or like dragons being obviously a little bit harder than beasts. I've seen people use this on Mama Bear. I've seen people use it on rats and stuff like that. It's pretty disgusting. I'll say that. Just wait till you get to the point where people decide that token beast builds are the future, which they probably already have. And this is where we get to the worst part. I don't understand this. Like, okay, Eudora was pretty strong. Okay, she was completely broken. This that I think Lich is the best hero in the game basically right now. There's no way this is not the best hero in the game. Turn 1, you don't lose. Turn 2, you don't lose. Turn 3, no way to lose. Turn 4, there's no way you can lose. With this hero power being 0, there's no way I can see this one as a loss. Combine Lich King with tokens, use hero power on a token, you're never losing. There's no way you're gonna lose this game by playing Lich. So if I were to say anything, Lich is the best hero in the game, but this is just my opinion. I've met him like 3 times and I played him once. He's disgusting. It's so powerful that you basically don't lose HP in the early game, and then you have a chance to go to late game and do whatever you want to do and still get value from your hero power because it's obviously too strong. But regardless of that, Lich King is probably the best hero, my opinion. Galakrond. Now Galakrond's greed now freezes the minion added to Bob's Tavern. So basically you can actually play Galakrond because the way you did it before, you would use your hero power on a unit and then freeze, and then next turn you use hero power again till you get to like a 5 or a 6 that you want. It was shit because the units that you would freeze on would usually be pretty bad, or unless you get a little bit lucky. But I guess Galakrond is maybe not the worst hero in the game anymore. I can't really say for sure because I really haven't played him yet. But Galakrond it's okay. A couple of bug fixes. We don't care about stuff like that. There's nothing else here to see. Okay, there's okay. So okay, with a couple of games that I've played lately, I'll say this: the pace of the game has been slowed down with the absence of the cannon. Now people don't die that fast anymore, so obviously that's pretty nice. What really bothers me is that the changes that were made, they didn't really they didn't really make the meta into like a late game type of builds meta. No, it turned the meta into token builds all over the place. And because beasts are so strong right now and murlocs are so weak in terms of like what you can do with them, you're going to be seeing a lot of beast builds, a lot of them. You're going to see demon builds because obviously demon builds kind of counter like the token builds. So right now I would say that throughout mid game to maybe a late game, beast builds, demon builds are probably one of the strongest because I'll say this, you don't really get to survive that well with dragons and with murlocs. I guess I do have one thing that comes from me here, and I'm talking about Fungal Mancer. What was his name? Fungal Mancer, because I played that hero. I didn't play it too much to the Fungal Mancer, the hero, the Murloc hero, basically. Fungal Mancer, I played him twice in this patch, and I'll say this, he is at the moment the best Murloc hero you could possibly play. Under no circumstance is there anything stronger than this, because back in the day you could high roll and go to 6 and use the gentle mega sword to like adapt your Murlocs, but right now in terms of raw stats, in terms of like what you can do with the Murloc builds, the Fungal Mancer is the best thing you could possibly pick if you want to play Murlocs. overall, I'll say this. The cannon removal was nice. I really appreciate that. Moving the rats to 3 is nice. I really appreciate that. Moving Mama Bear to 5, though, I don't appreciate that. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but I've only played like 10 games in the new patch, and I can't really say too much about it. But I'll say this. Is it better than before? A little bit. A little bit because as I said, the game is moving a little bit slower now, so you have time to maybe look for a late game build, maybe make something happen, but in general, the meta right now is slow and you're gonna see a lot of tokens and you're gonna see a lot of beasts. And eventually somebody will decide to play pogos and nobody can beat the pogos because guess what? Murlocs don't have divine shields anymore. So pretty much this is what I could take from the new patch in Hearthstone Battlegrounds. I'll rate it a 7 out of 10. I'll rate it a 7 out of 10. It could have been a little bit better, but we'll have to see what Blizzard has in store for the next patch, or maybe they'll do a hot fix on the Murlocs. Even though I did have some sort of success with Murlocs, I did play it on pretty strong heroes that are like, Fungal Mancer and like Lich. So we'll have to see. But for now, this is all. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you find it helpful. I'm not, okay, this is the opinion of a man who plays in 8K ELO, so don't take it too seriously. This is just my opinion. Probably, the high ELO boys know better, but this is what I think. It's somewhat of a okay patch, and I hope you'll have a good one.